In Australia, we've got deadly animals aplenty. We've got funnel web spiders who'll murder you and your family. Under every second rock is a redback spider, and they'll kill you just because, I don't know, they're bored or whatever. We've got invisible brown snakes who'll bite you on the foot, and you'll be dead in 7 minutes. Just like that, kaput. We've got the world's deadliest creatures all over the place. We've got magpies who'll steal the eyeballs from your face. But at least we don't have AR-15s. We've got great white sharks who'll ascend from the deep and rip you in half with their razor-sharp teeth. We've got saltwater crocs who'll death roll you to death, and sea snakes who'll gladly snatch your last breath. We've got a blue-ringed octopus, no bigger than this, that just sits around in rock pools waiting to kill kids, and even the platypus, a cute beaver duck thing, has got a spur on its ankle that'll kill you in one sting. But at least we don't have AR-15s, then at least they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic teens. We've got stonefish and stingrays and sea urchins and shit, and hectic fucking homicidal box jellyfish. And these jellyfish, they aren't even sentient beings. They don't even really do stuff or know about things. They just float around on the whim of the currents, being pointless, non-cognitive, murderous cunts. And if that weren't enough in terms of natural hazards, here in Australia, the sun causes cancer. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of suicidal teens. And at least we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day to fine off politicians not to change old laws. We've got bull sharks, cone shells, saltwater crocodiles, honeybees, European wasps and blue-ringed octopi, death adders, blue bottles, redback spiders, tiger sharks, tiger snakes and lizards that'll bite ya. We got sea snakes, taipans, cassowaries, copperheads, all the creatures of the land and sky and sea that want you dead. Toadfish, stonefish, irukandji jellyfish, bull ants, centipedes and ticks that cause paralysis. But we don't have AR-15s, and thank fuck they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic suicidal teens. And thank fuck we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day buying off politicians not to change some law. A law that was written 200 years ago, in a time when it took 3 minutes to reload a single round of ammunition. We knew nothing about depression, and you couldn't fire 45 rounds in 60 seconds. And there wasn't even such a thing as automatic weapons, and there weren't 31 mass shootings monthly.
What would I know from I'm from another country? Hello everybody, welcome to Auzzie Rules. It is a lovely day today. Well, it's a little bit windy here in Brisbane. It is Saturday morning for me, roughly 8:05. Hello, are you back, Doodle, from getting your drinks?
Yes, I am.
And your supply of whatever you're getting? What did you say?
I'm all ready. I needed a drink.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So how are you?
I'm good. It's cooled down quite a bit here.
Yeah?
I've welcomed the warmer weather, though. Like 30 degrees, it's like from 2 weeks ago. So it's a big change.
So what is it there? Okay, so I've just finished winter time, and I'm now into spring. So you would be so you have finished summer and now you'd be going into fall.
Correct. Yep. We're
See,
getting into fall weather.
I'm getting used to this.
It's basically opposite. So
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
you're in spring and we're in fall.
Yeah, I don't know if people realize how hard it is for us to actually like time stuff. It's like hour wise, like, and if there's anything unusual in your life that like you had the flu, so like your sleeping patterns changed. I couldn't get hold of you because you didn't have a voice, like
Right.
So it's like, oh, if anything sort of different happens and we're bummed, we're out because our windows are kind of small to talk. A lot of the time, I guess the best one is in the morning when I wake up, but there's been a few times where I've actually woken up at like 5 a.m. my time, and you girls might have been in a group call, and I might jump in, but I only have like an hour and 15 minutes, and then I've got to get up. Actually, it was quite good because it helped me wake up.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Sure does.
So, because
hi everyone coming in.
Yeah, I'm not really watching the chat. I'm actually okay. So let me I should explain to everybody. If I sound different or you hear different noises in the background, it's because I am coming to you live from my sister's. We'll call it my sister's bush retreat, and you can probably hear the howling wind in the background. It's quite a windy day out here. She has a 5-acre property out. Let's just say it's Woodford area, and it's only probably 35 minutes back to my house.
Right.
But it's quite a few kilometers. Look out, Pearl's angry about something. Someone's walked past the front of her house.
Exactly.
How rude.
The nerve.
How dare they use a public footpath?
It's her domain.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm here house sitting. What I'm doing is sharing house sitting responsibilities with my sister's mother-in-law. And I come out Friday after work because Friday is usually a short day for me. So basically, I'm looking after the place Friday afternoon, Saturday and Sunday, and then I go to work Monday morning, and then the mother-in-law will come here at some point during the day on Monday and stay here until Friday morning. So she's here for more than me, but that's fine because she wants to do all this cleaning because my sister's house really needs a good going over. It's even been tidied up since they left, which was really good. The mother-in-law tidied up a room for me and did the shower and the toilet and all that sort of stuff. I mean, she's done the other shower and toilets and rooms as well, but yeah, she's a bit of a clean freak. So I'm not rushing in doing all the things I need to do. This is the first weekend I've been here, and I have 12 weeks, 12 weekends here. So I have
and you have 2 dogs there, correct? Is there 2?
Yeah. The reason why I'm house sitting, obviously, the main reason why we're house sitting is because they didn't want to. Well, they didn't want to take the dogs, although the brother-in-law wanted to take the dogs, but that was just too much of a hassle with the quarantine and organizing everything. And they're sort of fully grown dogs, and you'll see them in a video that I'm going to show you guys shortly. So they're Shar-Peis. One's the mother, and one's the daughter of one of her litters. The daughter's name is called Jet, and Jet was actually given to my other sister, or like through marriage. Not even a stepsister, it's just through marriage. And she lives in Sydney, and they had the dog in Sydney, and they loved the dog and that, but the dog sort of got too big and the yard was too small, and they reluctantly said to Kelly, look, we're not sure if if we're holding development of the dog back, and the yard's too small, and the dog's trained, it can do tricks and everything, and so they said to Kelly, because Kelly lost one of her dogs through just age and illness and stuff, one of her Shar-Peis.
Yeah, Shar-Peis are known for, they're kind of tender in the health department.
Yeah, well, let's not talk about the eyes and all, the wrinkles the roles that some of the dogs have to have operations onto so
My
that they can
father's
see.
favorite dog was a black Shar-Pei. His name was Posh, and he adored that dog. And he ended up with like some kind of like kidney problems.
They do have a nice nature.
Mm-hmm.
In saying that, though, I've been around these dogs for a long time now, and a lot, and yet when I pulled up out the front because I had to open the gate. When I opened the gate, they came running down the driveway like they were going to eat me, and I just sort of like, what? What are you idiots? Like, their furs standing up at the on the back of their neck, and I went like, yeah, you kidding me, girls? Get out of here, like.
This is why
eventually,
Amy wouldn't give up the litter of her dogs. She kept them because she's afraid that someone won't be able to keep them, and what will happen to them.
Yeah.
So they eat her furniture.
A lot of the time, what I found generally? Yeah, they eat her house. What I find though, like, and it's not just in life in general, but also like on YouTube, or you can say life in general as well. Is a lot of people just like, it's hard to find people that you get along with, and I'm not gonna drag on people that we've had differences with, and we've all had differences with different people, both on YouTube and obviously in your real life as well, and even some family, like I've got some fucking real tossers in my fucking family that I wouldn't sit down with to have a meal with. And the thing is, like, have you noticed, like, with pets, you just get like unconditional love.
You sure do.
Regardless of who you are, even if you're a difficult person yourself, even if you go like, oh, I find it hard to make friends, whatever. But if you have a dog or you have a cat or whatever, they love you unconditionally.
Yep, that's why we love them so much and are so devastated that they have such short lives, because there's not crosswords generally.
Well, you remember the old saying, the man's best friend, and it's very true in that sense. I've seen men that have dogs and have lost the dogs because the human lifespan obviously is a lot longer than the dogs. I mean, you're going to have quite a few. If you're a dog person, you're going to own quite a few dogs in your life.
Right.
And you outgrow them, you outlive them, sorry, and they pass, and it's fucking devastating. I've seen grown men fucking just crumple because their best friend dies, as in their dog. It's very sad.
More so than they would cry over a person sometimes.
But have you also noticed that, how, like, obviously you get a pet, like you have kids and you have a pet, like just about all of us when we were kids, we had pets, we had dogs. I've got pictures in my photo album of dogs that I can hardly remember. I remember having them, but I've forgotten about them because it's been 30 years or something since I had that dog. And that dog, I said to Mum, what happened to this dog? I think she got run over or died or something. I can't remember. It's like, oh, wow. And then I was sitting there thinking of their names. I got a dog once for my birthday. I called it Cuddles. It's like, and it was only a small little like wiry terrier of some kind. And
I remember all mine.
Yeah, you remember all yours? Wow, that's amazing.
But I had the same ones. Like I got a Dachshund on my first birthday, and she lived until I was 15. So, she was the main dog. We had some others that surpassed her because they came later on. But, I remember her. On Dachshunds, they get blind, they get deaf, they get down in their back. But she was a trooper.
Yeah, it's sad. And then, do you think it's a way to educate kids, like when they lose pets? You lose rabbits, you lose birds, you lose hamsters, you lose dogs, cats. Do you think it's a way of like teaching them, about life and death type situation? Because my nieces were devastated. They took the Shar-Pei, out like to the vet, whatever, and basically like they had to make the choice. And the thing is, what they ended up doing was they gave it the needle there and let it pass in peace. And then they actually brought the dog back out to the property here and dug the grave and had like a memorial with the kids.
Sure.
Yeah. So
yeah, most of ours are buried in the same place. It's out at a property that my dad has, and they're all kind of buried out there together. Like, I mean, it's like it's not a pet cemetery per se, but they have different areas. It's always under a tree.
Yeah. Well, I had a dog that I brought up from Sydney, and I think I've told this story before, and it reunited with its mum, and I had both of them at mum's house, and it was great. They were good little dogs, Maltese Terriers. And my dog, who I named Gizmo, I had that dog when I was with Jane, who I told you about, that I lived with when I was in Sydney. And basically one day I came home and Gizmo just basically dropped over dead. And what we think has happened was we think that she ate one of these cane toads up here that come out in the weather in Queensland. They're pretty much
one of those damn poisonous animals you have.
Yeah, little cane toad. Yeah. Well, you know what a cane toad is, but yeah, they're really poisonous apparently, and you don't see many around now unless it's very wet weather. Then they start coming out all over the place. But we think she ate one of those and poisoned her nervous system, and once it's in the nervous system, that's it. So she's gone, and she basically just dropped over dead. And I buried her in at the time was just a garden in my at the time was my mum's and dad's place there, the one that I ended up buying. Buried her in the garden there, and then about 12 months later I wanted to put a pool in. Actually they put the pool in before I bought the house, so they put a pool in. We talked them into putting a pool in, so we got 30k out, or tagged 30k onto the mortgage or something like that, and we put a pool in, and we had to dig up the whole backyard to put this pool in. And I was freaking out because that's where I had buried Gizmo. And anyway, when they started digging, whatever, it was gone. The body had to completely it completely disappeared. There was nothing left at all. Couldn't see anything, couldn't find anything, because I was so nervous. I didn't want to dig her up.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't find like bones.
I mean, there might have been bones, but they certainly didn't come up. I didn't see them anywhere. I just didn't see anything. Like, I told them about it, and I showed them where and everything, and they were like digging with a small excavator or whatever. And I just felt, I don't know. I just find like it's like in real life, people that mess with graves are just fucking shitty people. Yeah, it's so disrespectful. Anyway, so I'm out here at my sister's house. I don't even know. I'm not taking it too serious. Like, I wouldn't know where to start. Like, you can come out, you could work on this property doing various things, anywhere from pruning fruit trees to mowing grass to fixing bridges to stacking wood to cleaning decks to organizing under the house with all the motorbikes and quads. There's just an endless. The granny flat's a mess. Like where Kenzie lives, it's a mess. Like their cars need cleaning and stuff. I'm going to do all of that in preparation of them coming back. So they're going to come back. Their cars are going to be clean and tidied up and all that. The granny flat's going to be all nice and neat and everything in its right, in its nice place, neat and tidy. Alan's looking after the main house, which is where I am at the moment. So I figured I got 12 weeks to do it. So I'll be probably doing a little bit this afternoon, starting to clean up their mess.
They're going to want you to move into the granny flat.
Well, look, when I first came out here to look at this property, and it was fucking gorgeous. I will try to find you the original pictures, because I'm sure they'll still be on the net. Like the pictures I sent,
right? Like
the link I sent you of my house,
right?
And yeah, you saw it. That's the pictures we looked at, like when we bought the house. You looked at those pictures, did you?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll try to find you the pictures of this place when it was being advertised. I'm telling you, it was fucking gorgeous. These people who sold this house, they had everything taken care of. It was immaculate. And it's impossible to keep the uptake. And that's one of the reasons I think they sold it. They could not keep up with the uptake of the property.
Right. Well,
You know,
and
because
any place that's going to have a little bridge on the property is going to be really pretty.
Yeah, and they're on tank. Yeah, well, they're on tank water as well, and it's just a whole heap of issues that you have to look after. Like you got to have your So first of all, you have to worry about running out of water, right? Especially during the dry periods and stuff like that when it doesn't rain for a while. And you got 3 kids that just waste water left, right, and center. And then you have to have this whole filtration system so that you can actually drink the water that comes out of your tank. So that's like running in the shed basically all the time. Every time you turn a tap on, whatever, and the pumps kick in and this and that. They also they're also like on sewage system or whatever. Like they're not connected to the town sewage or whatever. So you have your septic system running as well, and things can go wrong there. So there's just like lots of things, and the trees just grow so fast, and like I cut all the trees down so that you could drive. Or you could walk down the driveway without getting clotheslined by some fucking tree sticking out. And I started like chainsawing it and I'm doing like 2-3 hours at a time chainsawing, and then getting rid of the branches because you can't just leave shit laying around. So then I loaded all the branches.
Can you burn them there?
I'm not
have
sure.
like a controlled fire, like a fire pit?
I think you can, but I didn't want to do it because like you have to let it dry out a little bit first.
Sure, it's got to cure first, yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if you could.
What I did was I took everything from that I cut down and I put it in my trailer, and I've done like dozen load, and I went to the other side of the property, drive out the front gate, around the road to the other gate, around the other side, and I've started creating this big pile. Because Rick, my brother-in-law, had I can see where he previously had burnt a big pile of stuff. So it was nothing but like ashes. So I started the pile again, and the pile's like fucking huge. But I don't feel comfortable like burning it by myself.
Right.
Not having someone else there in case, flame, in case sparks or something start, because there's a lot of bush around here and I don't want to start any unnecessary fire. So
I
feel
keep a fire
safer
extinguisher close by when I do.
Yeah, but like, what about when you have ambers that fly up out of the sky and then go over and nestle into a soft bit of dirt, grass and starts a fire over there?
Well, you just have to make sure it's like after a rain or something,
Yeah.
Well,
I feel safer if he was here. So, and obviously he's not going to be home for a while. So, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But I might start doing the fires in a smaller pit in a smaller capacity rather than a big bonfire. Because at the moment it's a fucking bonfire the way that it's loaded up. But I'm thinking any more that I do, I might do a small pit over here and just try to burn the branches that way.
Right.
But yeah, today's obviously would be a shocking day because you don't do it in the breezy wind. That's what.
Now, can you drink water from your tap? Like, could you just get a glass of water from your tap?
Yeah, it's beautiful now. Apparently, she just spent like $1,000 or something on some new filtration system. Went into the garage and I said, "Oh shit, this all looks new." It's got the filters on it and everything. And whenever I come over here, the bloody water, the water cooler that you have. It's always empty. And I said, the water cooler's empty again. So I take the bottle out, I fill the bottle up, and I fill it back up because the girls are all drinking water all the time. And the girls all reckon that the water tastes so much nicer now. So obviously the new filtration system is working well.
Yeah, there's area like where I'm at, the water is fantastic out of the tap, but I've been to places where, you take a shower and there's so much sulfur and stuff like that. Like you could never really just drink it from the tap, but here you can.
Shout out to Amy, Norma. I said hi to before. Tinksy's there.
We had Lauren came in.
Who came in?
Lauren. I don't know if you got to see Lauren.
I didn't see
Breaking
Lauren.
the Silence came in. Yep.
Who's Detroit B313 finest? That's a
yep, she's new. She's she comes over from the drama community. I've met her, so she came in. So it's nice. Breaking must have told told some mutual.
Sorry, I missed Lauren. I missed that one. Okay, so I don't have my normal setup. So what I have here, I brought an old screen with me that I can. I've got two screens. So I got the laptop and I've got the screen. So
I'm just going to leave the screen there.
Yeah, leaving the screen, the share screen there. So I've got the video queued up to show you guys my little adventure down to the creek. And yeah, I usually have 3 screens. So I would normally have the YouTube chat on one screen. That's obviously a lot quicker than the StreamYard's chat. And I normally have one screen pinched down so I can see my Hangouts and Discord in case anyone sends me any messages. So yeah, it's a slightly different setup, and my internet's not as good here. I did some tests. I was telling you before, I did some tests and the speed's really bad. So I'm hoping that this works okay. I think it's working okay just for the 2 of us, but I'm a little bit scared if I get too many people on panel. But if anyone wants to come up, please let me or Doodle know. I didn't realize Lauren was here before. I haven't seen Lauren for a while, so would have liked to have caught up with her. So what would you like to talk about now? Or do you want to watch my adventure to the creek?
Yeah, let's watch the adventure. Let's see how it goes. And we're an hour earlier than we normally are too. So right now, for us, it's Friday night. People are eating. There's the Stanley Cup. For Casper, it's Saturday morning. So
I get all my views on the replays.
I was going to say, yeah, we're right at like dinner time and family time here in the States.
Yeah, the thing is, I can change it. I didn't really think about it too much. I'm one for consistency, so I try to do my lives every fortnight on time. Blah blah blah. But I never thought about it too much. But I could possibly change it because I'm going to be here alone, and it's not even going to matter what weekend I do them now because I'm going to be here alone.
Right. So you won't have mom sucking all your speed.
Yeah, sucking up all that Facebook game bandwidth that she uses. No, well, normally I wait for normally I do it on the weekends that she's at work, right? Which is this weekend. So she's at work right now. No one's at home back at our house, and but I normally do it like in the morning because it gets it out of the way if I need to go and do anything. So I'm pretty much done by lunchtime, and I can still go and do stuff. Whereas.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it probably doesn't matter. So what we might do, if it's convenient for more people to join us, if I was to do it in another, say, 3 hours or so,
right.
I can easily cater for that.
You could do it in the afternoon or something for you versus the morning.
Yeah, I could. Maybe we should. Maybe
all your time.
Do you want to do that as an experiment from next
We can
next
try
time?
it. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Because people tend to stream. When I used to do this, quite regularly at this time, when I was in RDA, it worked out quite well because no one used to stream around this time, and it just sort of fitted in with everybody else. But I noticed that when I took a break or something, and I wasn't streaming for a week or sick or something, I noticed that people were starting to jump on the Friday night streaming now. There was like 2 or 3 multiple channels streaming at the time that I would normally have streamed. So yeah, it just goes to show people change and things change all the time. Okay, so let me this video looks really clear on my screen, so it should look pretty good. I'm sharing screen now.
I hope it works.
Tell me if you can hear the audio. It should be fine. I shouldn't have lost audio since I've done the intro, so just let me know whether you can see the screen properly. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Do I need to turn it up?
Wind. Yeah, turn it up a little bit for us. I'm not sure what they see here in chat.
Yeah, it's really windy in this video, guys. I apologize. You see the dogs
kill each other, right?
Oh, look at
I can't see the screen very well. Okay, well, we're off to go for a walk
to see the wizard.
So that's Charlie.
I can't remember how to get down there.
So is this from the front yard or from the backyard?
Very windy day here today.
Well, the house is like reversed.
Let's have a quick look.
You know what I mean?
This is all my sister's property.
See, there's the house there. That's
Okay.
really the back of the
Back at
property.
house.
But that's the front of the house. Well, it's not the front of the house, but that's where you go
Buildings
in.
and stuff.
Okay.
So
Sorry, does that make sense? So that's we're really in the back of the house, whereas the road is at the front of the house, but the house is made so that you drive down the driveway and the entry is the back of the house.
Oh,
Does that
that's
make sense?
cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
in the summertime, have a look. Can we go down this way? Oh God, yeah, I guess so.
Let's kill myself going down there.
I hope a kangaroo doesn't jump
I'm gonna
out,
go like ass overhead here.
or a wallaby.
It's really steep. Well, those drop down beds you got to be careful of.
Yes.
Charlie. I like
I
how
bet
you
the
go
dogs love the property, don't they?
Oh yeah.
jump down there like that's no problem at all. Like, okay, right, so we're in the creek bed, right, guys? And believe it or not, this was a fucking raging river not more than a couple of years ago. So what we're going to do is just
It almost
take
looks
you
like a
on
road now.
quick walk
Yeah.
down there. I'll show you where we used to go swimming. Look how wide this is. I mean, I'm not kidding you. If you go back on this video and look at when I showed you the when I panned back to the house, that the water went all the way up to the bottom level of the steps that I went down. And like, that's like level ground's back up
Wow.
there. So
It's deep.
what we used to do,
They were the floods, right? We had, since I've been in Queensland, I've been in Queensland around 10 years, right? And when I first moved to Queensland, they had some floods. And I went to and I was at that house in Strathpine that I ended up buying with Mum. And the floods never bothered us. Like, yeah, there was a lot of water in the back, coming down the backyard and around the house and out the front. And I had a little bit of water coming in the back, but it was nothing that wasn't taken care of. And all the creeks surrounding my area were flooded and closed. And I thought, oh my God, what have I come to? Like, this is Queensland, right? This is known as the sunny state. And I move up here and everyone's fucking drowning. And even the people knew that I'd left Sydney and they stayed in touch with me. Even they were contacting me saying, Darren, are you all right, Darren? Like, I hear the floods are up there. Are you up there? Like, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, there's water everywhere. And then just like what? There's no one here to ask, but it must have been around 18 months ago, maybe not 2 years ago, maybe 18 months ago, they had another bad flooding period of time. And usually it's like a 1 in 100 year event type situation. And I'm not shitting you, like they were stranded here because you've got to drive over around, I don't know, 3 or 4 creeks to get to this house, like little bridges that goes over creeks. All of those creeks were underwater. All of those bridges were underwater. There was no way out of here. This house was like it's on stilts for a reason, obviously. And it was basically like an island. And water was just crazy. Like, my sister didn't know. The house was fully, my sister didn't care if the house got bloody taken out because it's fully insured and everything like that. But this 5 acres, I think, cost them around, it was close to 600,000 Aussie dollars. So
when I lived in Naples, Florida, I was in a house on stilts because there were a lot of canals around, and when it would get a lot of those hurricanes and rains, they would overflow, and you had to have it on stilts because of the canals.
I probably should have showed the steps a little bit more in detail. There's actually 2 sets of like concrete steps that go down to that bottom level before I went into the creek. The water came up the first set of steps, and from there back down to the creek. That drop is quite significant. That's a lot of water. That's a lot of water.
It looks higher on the other side than the one that we're looking at right now, but I can't tell as
All right,
much.
I'll keep going.
Mike in chat's asking if there's any
Oh.
gold in that creek.
Oh, I said the same thing later on in this video. I said, I looked down and there was like a really like a white crystal, sort, not crystal, but a really white rock. And I said maybe there's gold in this creek. I don't know. I think the brother-in-law might have mentioned it once, like, hey, maybe we should be, panning or something. But like, I don't know. There's gold in Queensland, but I don't really know. Like, we think the creek comes off this mountain that I'm looking out the window here, and we think the water comes off that mountain somehow, but I'm not really sure of the history. I haven't really looked it up on the maps.
Now, do you ride the quads and stuff while you're there?
Well, I can, but I haven't yet. But I probably will. I probably will when I need to move a few things around. So, I'll probably drive the quad over to the other side if I'm working on the other side, like if I'm going over to do chainsawing. Although I got to bring my trailer out at some point, so I've got something to move things around with.
So did you film this today? Is that how?
Yeah,
okay.
Only like an hour ago. So, all right, let's go. I'm walking down like towards on the side of the property that belongs to them. So the left-hand side of the video belongs to them, and the other side, we don't know who that belongs to. I haven't explored that side yet. Oh,
Cold for any snakes or anything to be out. The dogs are going up the hill.
The dogs just
They
take
like to
off
do
on
their
me.
little
They just leave me.
exploration. So, what we used to do here in
They
the
can
summer.
find the snakes first.
Let's just see the screen now. It's shady down here. What we do in the summertime was we come down here, and this used to be like maybe a foot of water. And if you wanted to cool down, like, you used to just wear thongs, flip flops or whatever. I don't know what everyone else calls them. And we would just walk down here, with your feet in a foot of water, and the water was so cold, freezing cold, because it comes off like the mountains that are in the distance is what we think where it comes from. I don't know when. This creek is obviously going to run again at some point in time.
Now, where would the creek finish at?
Sorry for the.
Yeah, well, it just keeps going. Like, I'll show you further down here. There's actually some pools of water, and the water hole is still there, but it's obviously not running. So you wouldn't want to swim in stagnant water. But the bloody dogs are going in the water. They're crazy, and it comes down to like a bend, and then it's sort of creek just keeps going. Now I can go further down, but I wasn't really dressed for it, so like I didn't have me gumboots or anything like that. Because there's other good little swimming spots, and actually we turn it. I'll wait till the video plays, because further on in the video we go the other way. We walk back down and go the other way, and I discovered where my sister's new watering hole is. And yeah, it's quite good. You got to remember, this would be lovely if it just had running water,
right?
Because it'd be so fresh, with running water. The water was crystal clear,
and it's wide too.
Oh yeah, it's very wide. It's very wide.
The wind. Charlie's ahead of me checking things out. I don't know where Jet's gone.
Very windy.
We're getting down to this point where we normally come down. This way somewhere. I don't know. There's lots of ways to get down. It's very steep. So we're coming down here, and I remember the last time we came down here in the summer, it was about friggin' 35 degrees plus. And I said, "Where is everyone?" "Oh, they're down at the creek." And I went, "Oh, down the creek." You think, "Oh, God, the creek." But I decided to come down and see what they were doing. You can't really get any vehicles down here or anything. And I didn't quite work out where they were. Jet, Anyway, and this is basically, there was like a foot of water, nice stream running down here, and it would come to this. Now this, it doesn't look nice now, but please imagine this when there was like an absolute ton of running water through, which keeps it nice and, you know, nice and fresh. And this was the little watering hole that we had. Now it's pretty disgusting now because it's standing water. Bloody dog still went in there yesterday. And this little, you know, entry point here is where run in the middle, down the middle of my sister's property.
What'd you say? Did you say, was I wearing a jumper?
I did.
No, actually, oh yeah, I did. Okay, so I brought a few clothes out with me, but I honestly didn't expect it to be chilly. It was fucking freezing this morning when I got up. Plus, it's the chill factor with the wind. So I saw this. I don't know if it's a jumper. No, I wish I could show it, but it's like, it's not really a jumper. It's I saw something hanging up on a hook, and I went like, oh, I could use that just to keep warm. It's like, you know, it's got the zipper on the front.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a girl jacket because it doesn't have a big collar on it. I don't really know whose it is. I mean, it's obviously it's probably one of the girls.
It's a communal jacket.
Yeah, and I put that on when I went for this walk, and then when I came back, I was pretty hot, and I took it back off. But yeah, I had to put something on because it was quite chilly.
Jumper always makes me laugh.
So this little bloody watering hole here does look pretty disgusting, but geez.
Well, you can see where the waters went through there and eroded the soil from the roots of the trees.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of water running through here.
And it'll take you over underneath where this bridge is that I will show you guys. Maybe in another video I'll do the scary bridge that I have to fix. So yeah, this water used to run through here, right? So what we do is that we'd try my best not to fall in here. What we do, and it's all washed away now, but we would build like a dam here, or we had a dam built here, just with all rocks and stuff, right? And it filled up this whole area, and the girls would come down and with their little chairs and sit around here and just have their feet in the water. There's other little places of that water's holding here too. And if I went further down, this is still my sister's property up here. It's basically the other side of the creek. And you might notice, I don't know where the dogs are gone. Paul. You might notice here, there's some like large polypipe. There's some there. Oops. And there's some running across there. What I think that is, I think at some point in time, they were probably drawing water out of the creek, but we can't find anything that, I think it's been either washed away, disabled, or whatever, or it's that old, because we can't find anything. Because I had the same idea, because my sister's on tank water, and she's got 3 girls that, you know what having girls are like. They love their long showers, and they're always wasting water and stuff like that. So my sister's always struggling to keep, water in her tanks. Now,
shout out to RK. Hey, RK. Yeah. Definitely kangaroos. Yeah. In the area, like, I'll be running across the road in front of you when you're driving and stuff like that. But you're going to be really, really surprised when I tell you guys, when the video started and I walked across that bottom paddock towards the creek, you are going to be so surprised. You're going to be so surprised of what hangs out here. Doodle, can you guess what animal that, like, one night there was apparently a dozen of them down on that bottom property. In actual fact, you can, if I went down there, I could show you the droppings on the ground where they've actually been there.
Wallaby.
No, deer.
Ah, now did the tails, are the tails up on the deer like a white tail, or is it?
I don't know, but they've got motherfucking horns on them, so I hear. And what happened was,
so that's a buck.
but it's not native, right? What's happened is there used to be, apparently the story is that there used to be some sort of deer sanctuary in this area, and a lot of them escaped.
I see. And
So it's
they
not normal.
breed
It's not
and they've
normal.
just
Yeah.
multiplied.
Yeah, yeah. And they are very fearful of people, but like you can't really go near them and you wouldn't want to. But my nieces apparently were out here one night shining spotlights or something down there, and they saw them all. And the dog, they told, they kept the dogs inside because these deer, they just run off. They can't be caught. They're just wild as.
Well, at least they're
And
not too invasive to the nature, like
yeah, I'm not really sure,
it's a
but
little
yeah, it's the
vegetarian.
last thing.
So.
It's the last thing you expect to see, though. Deer. I watch that, Life Below Zero and all that sort of, and people that live in Alaska and all that sort of shit, and they're out hunting friggin', well, not deer. What do they call it?
Elk, maybe.
No,
Buffalo.
No, what's it? What's that other word they use? Someone's got to work out what the other word was that they call it. It's gone. I'll probably think of it later on. Okay, so anyway, back to the video. You'll see now there's starting to be like a bit of water hanging around. Now, the funny thing is this is not water that's coming towards us. The direction of the flow of the creek is actually that way. So where we walked down was where the water actually comes from. So it's dry there, and then this is just like standing water. No, not venison. Oh God, this is gonna annoy me. It's all these people just hunt it, like. But it looks like all of what we're saying. It looks like deer. It's got the the antelopes on it and all that sort of stuff. And it's in Alaska. What do they call it? It's in Alaska, where these people were living. And I'm watching a series, and I think it's called Life Below Zero or something like that. And these people are teaching their kids, how to, how to hunt and survive in their do their cabin up and all that sort of stuff. Deer, venison. It's not elk. Oh, it's gonna annoy the shit out of me. That's it. Caribou.
Caribou. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
That's the word I'm looking for. Caribou. Yeah, that's it.
I think they're kind of between like what I would envision like for the deer and like.
Is it the same? Is it the same elk sort of species type thing? Like,
I would think so.
Okay, yeah, caribou.
Antlered.
And they all hunt this caribou, right? And that's what gets them the meat for everything. It seems to be caribou is the main thing that they try to find. All right, let's go back to this.
If you look further down here, you can see that the water is gathered here as well. And
it's hard to get down there. I have gone
further down and found some really nice spots down there. There's a really, really nice spot down there where we threw a couple of
clay pots, I think.
A couple of nets in, a couple of pots in. And
I think clay pot was the word I was looking for.
Or not. So...
No, Mike, kangaroo, right, is really... I haven't tried it, or if I have, I can't remember, but it is for sale. You can find it, but what it is, it's really rich.
Fatty?
And yeah, no, I don't think it's really fatty. Yeah, strong. Yeah, strong and really a little bit too much, I think, but... like a lot of people like cull the kangaroos down like that have properties just mainly like for dog meat and stuff like that. The dogs love that stuff. But for human consumption, not really my thing. Not really my thing. And it certainly doesn't taste like chicken. Whoever told you it tastes like chicken? No, it doesn't taste like chicken.
Alligator tastes like chicken.
Yeah. Look at how much water is there. I'm just surprised.
Anyway, so up there, basically, I'm sure that's the other property that I've been, the other side of my sister's property that I've been going to fix up for her. Just it's mainly overgrown and needs to be mowed. But last time I went up there with the mower, I flipped the belt off because you don't need, you get a decent size stick, and it just gets in the right position and it flicks the belt off the mower. Now, taught myself how to fix that now. I don't know if I can walk up that other side now. All right, let me just work out where the dogs are. Oh, here comes Jet. Hey, Jet. You can calm down. How do you run so fast over rocks? How do you run so fast over rocks? Do you mind not putting my whole hand in your mouth? Hey, what's this? Is this gold? Sound like crystal. Jet, let's go.
I'm laughing at myself.
Where's Charlie? Charlie's always the one that goes.
Look, it's windy.
Is Charlie always the last one in?
This is Charlie's daughter, Jet. Charlie's had, I think, 2 litters. And Charlie's old now. So Charlie's getting fat. Hang on a second. Let me... Charlie! Charlie! Where's Charlie?
It's a big tree.
I didn't even know you were
Jeez.
down here, Jet. I thought you were around the corner.
It's long.
Yeah, I didn't even know you were... Where's
wind.
Charlie? Don't find Charlie.
Wind was driving me crazy.
These are... had a brain fade. Shar-Peis. They are Shar-Peis. And they were going to take the dogs with them. The brother-in-law wanted to take the dogs with them so that there was no need to have anybody here at the property other than just, I think house sitting is a good idea, but hang on a second, guys. I hate to do this. Charlie! She'll come back. Where's Charlie? Go and find Charlie. All right, where's the easy way to get back up here, Jet? I think it's just down here somewhere. Go and find Charlie.
Are you going to climb a pole?
Oh, God, it's windy down here, guys. It's fucking hell. It's crazy windy today. All right, this is the spot to go back up. So look at this, like, debris all here. See, if the river started flowing again, I'd probably come down with a chainsaw and cut all that up. But then again, if I had like a backhoe, man, you could put a lovely pool in here, like dig a really big hole. So when the river does flow again, it'd be an awesome little place to swim. If you went further all the way down there, it takes you to a bridge. Should we walk down there? Yeah, we'll have to walk down there. Let's go this way, Jet. Maybe Charlie will catch up with us. So you reckon there's a really big gold prospecting phase going on at the moment in Australia, with gold being so expensive. How am I going to get through here, Jet? It's all right for you. And I'm keeping my eye out for any, animals
That you see on the intro?
It looks like this was building up nicely.
I think I hurt my leg there. I haven't looked yet. Just there when I tripped. I was about to trip over.
So easy to fucking hurt yourself here. Kind of being...
Oh,
I'm
shit.
sorry, but if you'd fell, it would have been funny.
Because obviously I'm by myself. Just me and the dogs. Well, until I leave for work on Monday morning. And then I tag out to the brother-in-law's mum. And she comes here for 4 days, is it? Monday, yeah, 4 days or something. I just do the 2.5 days. Yeah, but yeah, it'd be easy to... I don't know. I guess it's risky all the time, doesn't matter where you are. You could easily get bitten by a spider or, worst case scenario, a snake. But, you got snakes everywhere. They're not just in the bush. Oh, look, Charlie's back. I didn't even hear you sneaking up behind me. Where you been?
Stealth Charlie.
Hey?
All that wind, I'm sure.
I love how you just caught up to me so quickly. I didn't even hear you coming down the bank. I don't think I've been down this way for a while. Good thing about having the dogs go ahead of me is if anything's laying around. Oh, jeez, these rocks are hard to walk over. Oh, this is the bit that they were. Oh, I didn't realize there was so much water here. Holy moly! So this is where my sister said they'd been coming down here. This was like last summer, probably. Oh, right. Now I see.
Oh, the dogs
I can walk all the way down to the bridge. Ugh. But shit, what was
I bet
that?
they love it.
I thought I saw something. Look at these dogs. Fair dinkum. So there's still a fair bit of water here to swim in. Although those dogs are walking, so it's not that deep. But they just go in there, crazy.
Is the water clear? Or is
No,
it
not
kind of
This is a
muddy?
great spot.
Not
Look where
really.
these trees come down,
It's a little
could be
bit
sitting
brown
on the-
because of all the leaves, I guess.
but you need water to flow through to keep it fresh. Stagnant water is not good. You having a good swim, Charlie?
I got to watch
Jet
these
stretcher
dogs
on the
this
bloody log.
weekend.
All right,
And this is what they do to me.
I'm going to go back now.
My sister says, "Oh, Daz, if you get a chance, can you watch your dogs?" Oh, yeah, I can watch your dogs, no problem. But the problem is, then they're going to go and swim in this shit. like, oh yeah, the baby shampoo, is under the sink or something like that. And yeah, okay, fine, I can set it up and give them a good bath. I mean, considering that they're guarding, like, they're very like protective, like they guard us type thing, like the dogs basically sleep at my sister's, in my sister's room, like on the floor. Or they'll sometimes they'll go and check on the girls and sleep in their rooms as well. They're very.
Did they wake you up this morning?
No, but when they walk around the house, because I let them walk around the house and then I just leave the door slightly open. Because trust me, no one's going to be coming in like without them noticing. And the floors creak a bit because really it's all wooden. Everything's wooden, And so I hear them walking around the place, and sometimes they come into my room, and if a car goes past out the front, they're going through a weird period of time at the moment where they're kind of grieving for the girls and because they're like keep looking down the driveway, they keep sitting on the driveway waiting for them to come. And at night when they hear a car come down, because you do get the odd car come down, they quickly like jump up and start running down the hallway type thing, and that's kind of wakes me up. So yeah, it's just getting used to it. That's all. And I mean, I could leave them outside because most of the time they're just laying outside on the deck like they are right now. One's laying out this window right at the end of the deck, and another one's on the lounge out on the deck sort of thing in the sun. So, I leave the outside lights on and stuff for them. So, okay, so we still got how much? We only got like 7 minutes left. So yeah, this would be a fantastic water hole if it had running water.
Right. Yeah. Like you said, stagnant water's usually not very good and fresh and clean.
I'm going to pull this video off my phone. Oh, look, this guy's just going to go up there. Jet! This way! Come on! Go in the water. It's not that deep. My dogs freak out. Like 1 minute they're dog paddling and the next minute they won't go through a piece of water and they'll do anything to find their way around it. All right, come on, let's go. Look at you, all soaking wet. It's only, I don't know, 9:30 in the morning. And you're already soaking wet in this wind. Although if I had a nice coat like you girls, it wouldn't be so cold. So you reckon there's gold in this creek bed? Doubt it.
No way to pan for it.
Oh, do you mind shaking somewhere else? Fair dinkum. Where's my spot? Where's my old man exit out of this creek? No,
This
it's
is
further
probably as
down.
much outdoors as you like to do, isn't it?
Further down. Oh, actually, no, it's probably here. Oh, no, that's a spot. Could probably go up that way. There's a better. Oh, you gotta go, right? We haven't even gone up the other side. I've never been up the other side of the embankment. I don't know whose property that is.
The creek doesn't belong to anybody because the borderline of the property is oh, that looks shit. Why does it look shit in
What?
just like, well, I'm looking at the video like on my screen, and then when I look at StreamYards, it looks like the quality looked really shit.
You can see some pixels, but it's not too bad.
I'm just swapping it to 720. It was
Yes,
on
AJ,
4.
his giggles are hilarious.
Oh, what? What are you talking about?
AJ said your giggles get her every time.
This feels weird when there's no running water through here.
She calls me Castle. Can you believe that? Castle.
It's better than some names, so take it.
We're not even in drought or anything. Oh, here comes the wind again. Is this what I'm going through, girls? Right. Sorry, my video skills are not that fantastic. I'm trying to tripping over. All right, I think this is the spot where we go up. This spot
They're
here.
not telling you at all, are they?
Really?
They should know that whole place where you're reaching.
Oh, once I go up here, they
Remember? Yeah. That's it.
Now they're ahead of you.
The incline's not as steep. Somewhat of a trail. Yeah, it's a lot easier. Come on, keep going. I'm on a roll here. If I stop, I might fall back down.
Oh, that's funny. It's really steep, let me tell you.
Back up. Yay. Okay, so. Shall we take him over and show him the scary bridge?
Yeah, okay. He filmed this like a few hours ago, I think.
Yeah, it was only an hour and a half ago. I did it like just before I went live.
So this is all the area that I mow and keep down. It's just to have fucking hundreds of pumpkins growing out here.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Pumpkin as we can. All right, so I'm going to quickly show you the bridge that goes over that little creek and onto the other side of her property, which has a whole other side over there that you could live. There's power over there and everything. So here's the bridge. Obviously, Rick's closed it off. It's a bit shonky. Anyway, I need to replace these planks. Not all the planks, but a lot of the planks. Can you see down there? I guess I could go over there. I was over here yesterday.
Andy.
So
A wallaby.
the foundations are as probably good as they're going to get. It's just the planks. So see here? See here all the broken planks? And then we'll do another video about the other side of the creek. I need to get in there with a chainsaw and clean up and then mow it all. That's going to take me quite like best part of a day to do. But you can see here these broken planks, and basically it's a fair drop down there. If I let me just hang on to the phone a bit tighter, I'll show you guys. There's even a bit of water down there. So you can see it's not completely bone dry here, but nothing's running. And the planks feel a little bit ordinary. Some of these ones here, look, really ordinary. So, here, let's go. So yeah, that was the creek and the derelict bridge. So hope you guys enjoy watching this with me on my live today.
Yeah, well, that was it.
That was awesome. That was a good job.
Yeah, I'll do a few other videos because there's so much to video. The other side of the creek.
That would be too much for some people to keep up. I mean, you would
Yeah.
have to do something almost every week in order to stay on top of that.
Yeah, and my sister's just not doing anything because she's not. I don't think I think COVID is what sort of kind of screwed this up a little bit as far as not being able to Rick not being able to be here for like a week at a time, where he used to do stuff all the time. He's able to do the absolute necessity things that need to be looked at, like any leaking taps, toilets, whatever. And he may even get some water in, or he'll chop wood and that for Kelly and all that sort of stuff. But that's just like the absolute bare things, and there's no time for everything. It's just so much.
Right. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, even just to keep the creek and stuff and the overgrowth going into the yard and everything, that's quite a bit to have to landscape in order to really show its beauty.
Yeah. And the thing is, what I've noticed is, as the trees grow all around you, and I mean all around you, it makes the property close in and look small when it's actually quite extensive. And if you actually trimmed all the trees back, maybe not the ones down towards the creek because they're monsters, but all the ones, any ones around the house, around the driveway, out the front, your place will actually look bigger and it actually looks nicer. I don't like it if when nature sort of overgrows everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like just constant maintenance.
Do you have a lot of vines? That's really a lot what gets out of control too.
No, not too much on the vines. It's really just the trees. Just generally the different types of trees. They just grow so fast. It's like when nature takes back. When like there was a show on TV where it shows what a city would be like. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 50 years, 100 years after people leave it, and how nature slowly just takes it back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, ask Casper, is a mask still required in public in Australia? It depends what state you're in. I'm in probably the luckiest state that has
In
had
the world.
yeah, that has had no mandatory requirements of masks. It's all optional if you wish. We have we've had days and days and days of no cases, and then some days of 1 or 2 cases type thing, and they seem to be really on top of the whole contact tracing thing. Whereas another state like Victoria or something got to the stage where people had to wear masks, I think, to supermarkets and stuff like that. And of course, I've heard all the stories about the states where, you know, masks are mandatory in some places and not in others, but recommended, that sort of thing. So yeah, we've been very lucky, very, very lucky.
But now that's why your sister and family went to stay with her husband, right? Because
Well, WA
easier
is
for
really
them to
good.
go than for him to come where their home is, right? It's just because
Well, no, well, okay, this is the problem. So they have the roster where he can work, you know, like he works, I think it was something like 10 off, 10 on, 5 off, something like that. Or no, I'm not sure. She's not here to ask. So, but what happened was he would be away for like 3 weeks or something like that. Then he'd be home for a week. And then he'd be away for 3 weeks and then be home for a week. And that was fine when you can just use one day to travel. So you would just fly from the west coast of Australia to the east coast of Australia and come straight home. Oh, sorry, he would have to fly down. He would have to fly down from the Pilbara to WA, swap planes because that's a small plane. That the mines pay for the plane that goes from the mine, you know, the mine town to Perth. And then they end their responsibility at Perth, unfortunately. So Kelly and Rick would then have to have their flights booked from Perth, or you know, have his flight booked from Perth to Brisbane, and back again. And then they would have to time the flight back so that he could catch the company plane back up the west coast, right? But basically, you would just allow, like, he would leave straight after his shift one day. And he would get on a plane, like within a couple of hours of finishing his shift, he'd be on a plane. He'd sleep like for a few hours while that got down to Perth, and then he would fly. Then he would fly from Perth to Brisbane and sleep on that plane. By the time he got here, he's caught, you know, a few hours of sleep. He doesn't really sleep that much, and then basically he would someone would pick him up from the airport, or he'd catch a train out to because he leaves one of his cars at the mother-in-law's place, and then he just goes to the mother-in-law's place and then drives out here. So that's about 45 minutes away or something like that. So, and then he would have a solid, like a absolute solid week of being able to do stuff around this property or whatever. So, I mean, I don't think you're really ever going to lose any value on the land. Like the land hasn't, like the property hasn't, because she recently had it evaluated. It hasn't really gained too much at maybe 20,000, something like that. It hasn't gained any more than my house has, because the properties, COVID's really slowed down the property growth of areas and stuff. Except for the islands. Actually, this is a funny story. There's a couple of islands that are off the coast of that are north, south, east of Brisbane. The water's not very far away, like Moreton Bay. There's a couple of islands, if anyone wants to look it up. There's a couple of islands. One of them's called Russell Island, and the other one's called Macleay Island. And to get to the islands, you have to catch the ferry. You know, the ferry that you put your car on.
Oh,
And
yep.
and they only run so many times a day at a certain time. Now, I read an article the other day on the news that these islands are becoming really popular. Like people are buying like the blocks of land up, right? Like 2-3 times more than normal. And I gotta think to myself that people are trying to just distance themselves from COVID. But COVID has been found, I think, on one of the islands. Like there was a person with COVID on one of the islands. So it doesn't really matter. Even if you're on an island, you know, you're not, it doesn't mean you're safe.
Right.
Who's that, Pearl? You tell him, girl.
Guard dog.
Yeah.
So how long does it drive? Like if you wanted to drive from like the east and west coast, what kind of mileage are you looking at?
Well, I think it's 10. That's a good question. To drive would be forever. But let's see. Let's see what the distance is. It's either 10 or 20,000. Distance between say you're going from Brisbane to Perth.
Because I drove from where I'm at to California, and it was like, I don't know, like 36 hours straight.
Okay, all right. If you were to drive between Brisbane and Perth, and you would have to go through New South Wales, through South Australia, over across to WA. It would take you 45. It would take you 45 hours.
Okay.
It says it's 4,316 kilometers. So that's how far away my sister is at the moment. 4,316 kilometers. And
Okay.
by plane, it's which is equal to. Oh, okay. I don't know how. It's about 6 hours by plane, if I remember. I went from Sydney to Perth once, and when you come back, you have like a downwind, and it cuts like an hour off the flight, which I find quite amazing.
Yeah, it's the same thing here.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. So, yeah. So anyway, that's my creek adventure. That's my today's creek adventure for everybody. I'll do another one, and I'll probably save them for I don't know. Maybe we'll do like a shorter live every week or something. I'm not sure yet. Oh, I didn't sleep very well last night, as I was telling you. I'm just not used to the new place, not my bed, the noises, the dogs.
Right. Yeah, and the two panelists that I wanted to have for ladies' night, one's hasn't been well, and the other one has some family stuff, and they said that they would try to come in, but
I didn't see them. I didn't see anybody.
yeah, Breaking was in earlier, but I'm not sure if she's still here. But
she
we
wanted.
we were going to have a specific subjects we wanted to.
Yeah.
I wanted to discuss like just intimidation, narcissism, and so many of those words are thrown around on the platform, and I thought it would be nice to really dissect and know exactly their meanings. And so
I took up some of your girl time, but they're not here. I don't see anybody
Right.
here. If she's here, she can come up with you. If you wanted to do like a half an hour version.
Well, and Neri, I invited her because she's very good at classifications of that type of behavior. And I just thought it would be good for, people to really know the definitions. So maybe they're not as thrown about or are considered a little more.
Everyone
always says, oh, they're a narcissist, but they're not. They could just be a jackass and really not a narcissist.
Well, like when there's so many people on YouTube and then you bring your different personalities with you and everyone's different. You and I were just having a chat about that earlier, how, everyone is different. That's what makes the world go around, what makes everybody special. And it's very difficult to find people. Well, I find it difficult. And I mean, I've always been a fairly bit of a loner and only close-knit sort of friends and family. I don't like having dozens of friends, to be honest. It's just not me. But finding people that you get along with and having like a small core group of friends, it's important and it's hard to find. And you come on YouTube and you make friends with some people, and then later on, like that you find out that person is nothing like what you thought, or they did something really horrible to somebody else. And you think to yourself, or you make friends with people like I have. I've made friends with people that have fucking stabbed me in the back.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, okay, lesson learned, and you move on. And
you just don't want to get jaded. That's, I think, the big thing. You don't want to get jaded to where you don't.
Yeah, but I feel embarrassed. Okay, but I feel embarrassed when I stand up for people and then they turn out to be a fucking turd. Like you know what I mean? Like it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I mean, I started putting my hand up for the Aussies. Don't ask me why I started. Obviously, I didn't know there was as many Aussies on YouTube as I thought there was. But here I am. I'm putting my hand up, saying like, "Hey, Rostock, if fucking any Aussies come along, you fucking ask me about them because I know them and I can vouch for them, right? Who am I to fucking do that?" Like, I'm thinking to myself, "Are you kidding me? The ones that I said, might have been okay, might not be
you
okay."
Very much are a countryman. I will give you that.
Yeah. And I feel embarrassed about when something fucking shitty happens or that person is not what we thought they were. And I'm not particularly pointing to any one or two or three or four different particular people. I'm just saying in general that I probably shouldn't do that. I probably should have just stood for myself.
Right.
Like and not vouch for other
There's always
Australia.
backstories that you're not aware of. And I think that's the hardest thing to navigate on here. Like, there are people who've been here years longer than me that know all the backstories in history. And, and people do change, and you find a stream you like, and then you find out, damn, they did that.
Well, here's an example. Like when I was on Jamie's and Mary and Hello Starlight was there, and those two are still fighting to this day. Those two are still bickering. I saw it just the other day, and they they don't like each other. But the thing is, when they had the falling out, when Marion and I had the falling out with Jamie over that whole Ben thing, I didn't realize even at that stage that they had fallen out before. They had fallen out many times before. I didn't know that. Like, Mariam was telling me the stories of like, oh yeah, I gave her a chance before and she did it again and this, and I went, oh shit, sorry, I didn't know the backstory. Like you said, the backstories of people that have been around longer than we have.
Yeah. Yep. There's always backstories.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. And you and I are both, even recently, you and I have both learned some hard lessons about people too. So,
yeah.
And I mean, some people I don't mind. I walk away 100%. I walk away. No, oh, welcome 180. I didn't see you there. I didn't realize. Oh, I forgot what my point was, but it was something like recently, like you and I have even learned together. Like, oh my god, I can't believe this person went like that, or
Yeah, I know.
It's just like, oh god, people suck. And that's what I was saying before, how your dogs, how your animals don't do that, like you're an unconditional love type thing. Even assholes have.
No, AJ, we're not talking about you.
No, I'm not talking about.
We're saying in general of just how it's hard to navigate when you don't know backstories. I wish everybody would come with like a bio.
Oh, AJ has an interesting story. Like I haven't been able to talk to AJ because every time she starts a chat with me, she stops talking and then creates a new profile because she forgets how to get into the old one. So we only ever say hello, how you going, and then the
and AJ, I agree. You have to get to a point to really where you don't care. Otherwise, it does weigh on you and get into your real life.
Well, I think AJ might have gone down like a rabbit hole or two in the past. I think she was telling me.
We all have went down rabbit holes. I know I have, but I tend to try to stay out of the rabbit holes. It's just too hard to navigate. I mean, really, especially a lot of times when you don't know everyone and hi Cass. Mike says the tricky thing is people are chatting on the web with people they would not normally communicate in real life. I agree with that, and there are people that are watching that you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. If I think that YouTube is like say you're in a pub and you're talking to people and one young fella's being a fucking tosser and you think to yourself, this is not someone that I could even enjoy their company with, like, and you think to yourself, you go into YouTube and you go into chats and everyone's like, hey so and so, hey so and so, hey, and he's throwing love hearts and different colored. You all do it. You're throwing all these different colored love hearts at people, like blue ones, red ones.
I love emojis.
And it's like, I bet you if you're in a room face to face with this person, you're talking to them for half an hour, you're probably going like, I can't stand this person. Like, I think it'd be completely different. I think it would be like for instance, look, I'll give you an example. Like, and I don't like to use names, right? But like, I didn't like when I met the Aussies, right? The boomers, so to speak, right?
The boomers.
The boomers. Well, that's what they were apparently called. And I kept asking.
Burn the Discord.
I had to keep asking, am I a boomer? Like of course. Well, I only just joined the group. How can I be a boomer? Like. Anyway, so yeah, and I had a certain perspective of what the two girls that I met were like online, and when I met them, they were different than what I thought. That's all
Right.
I'll say. They were different than what I thought, and not in a bad way or anything like that. They were just different than what I thought, and it just goes to show how you get like a perception of somebody online, but if you're able to meet them in real life, I reckon it could go either way. But I reckon it'd be completely different than the online relationship that you're having with that person.
Right. Yeah, some of the mystique is gone, or I guess the visualizations that you have in your mind until
Oh, I
that happens.
prefer it. I prefer it because it gives you an insight as you have your own real life personal experience to go by, and I feel much better meeting the person. Like I don't hide. Like you know how everyone's like, oh, don't tell anyone where I live. This that. But if I had a chance, I would meet people. I would meet AJ in a flash. I would go and meet RK if I could. Or I would meet Claire or anyone. I if I had an opportunity and it wasn't like we were in the same country and it wasn't hours and hours and hours away, I would meet people for a coffee. I would meet people. I'm not afraid. I'm not one of these people that just like, oh well, it's just I'm just an online persona and I'm not going to meet. I would meet people if I had an opportunity to.
Right, I agree.
I mean, you'd already be over here if it wasn't for COVID.
Yeah, I'd like to. I want to meet Breaking the Silence. She's not far from me. There's actually.
Oh, how far is she? When you say not far, how far you mean?
Maybe a 3-hour drive.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Not at all.
Yeah. See, I would take that opportunity. I mean, COVID. We might not be able to do that sort of thing at the moment. Like, I can't even get out of the border. I can't, and then I wouldn't be able to get back. But
well, and I have my area is an infestation of COVID.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I think Texas and Kentucky are some of the worst hit because we have people who think that they're too tough for COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, what about these people that just don't believe in it? These conspiracists, like, I mean, you can't excuse 300,000 dead. Like, come on.
Yeah, I just got a notification in our town. We had 1 death of COVID. Of course, they're older people, but if you look at like the ratio of survivability of it, it's pretty astounding. I mean, I would think that the numbers for the flu are just as bad as the COVID numbers, actually.
I'm looking forward to these. Tell me if I'm wrong, but didn't I watch one of AJ's videos where she said she was going to start doing lives?
Yeah, she is. She says she's going to do some lives.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. I really enjoy
Casper, that would be, or AJ, that would be fun.
What's that?
Meet in real life.
AJ.
I really like the area that she lives in. And Cass, I'm not sure, even though that the rules do change quickly and people move quickly, I don't know about the quietly.
Doesn't AJ and Robbie live close?
Yeah, I think they do. Mm-hmm.
So have they already met for coffee? I reckon they have. I'm
not sure. I don't think that they've talked about that, but I think on here when you do have like close friendships with people.
Oh, look, AJ's now backing out of lives. Oh my god.
Keeping it not discuss it online helps keep those friendships intact too.
Yeah, well, I can't get too involved with the silly drama ones, man. I can look, we'll all respect to people. I tuned into Life Perplex the other day for 10 minutes while I was cleaning my other room, my other house, and I could only stand 10 minutes of her talking shit about people. It's just like, this is I don't like this.
Yeah, it could be entertaining.
You know what? I reckon AJ could turn Robbie straight.
As long as it stays online, I think it's funny and it's entertaining. But when it's dangerous and people are hurt, then it's scary.
So AJ's got kids, right? But she talks about her kids, but I don't think I'm not 100% sure. I don't think she's married anymore or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think she could turn
to bring up the kids.
Did you hear my joke before?
I don't know.
when I said that she could turn Robbie straight.
Oh. Good luck.
Uh,
Do people ever do Zoom meetings on here?
no, but
I have
Zoom is
seen it in the courtroom. But
Zoom is the way to go. I mean, Howard Stern's using Zoom, and he's mastered it. He's got his shows. You could hardly tell that they're live streaming. I mean, there is some talking over of each other, like we do here, like in some of these streams. But he's mastered it. He's even got his voice sounding the same way as a studio. So. So we'll have to schedule.
I watch from the weeds, the drama true crime community. I think 75% of them are mental patients.
Yeah, but
this place is an institution for sure.
But you need
but we're all here.
But that's what makes them funny. Like I'm sorry, but like Making Lemonade is funny. She can be funny. And some other people are funny too. Like even the crackpots can be funny. Oh, Marianne's funny. Yeah, definitely. Fuck yeah. But she's pretty normal, but she's funny. I mean, she just likes like different stuff. And that's what makes the world go around. Like, I mean, drama. I've been watching for quite a time now. Fuck it. I can't believe the drama, how it pulls the views in. It's incredible.
Yeah.
When, I can't remember what stream it was, but the numbers, I was just going like, you're kidding me. I could not believe it, you know?
Yeah.
And other things, while other people were popular at one time, and some other people have actually gotten less popular. Like people like you take, say, Mummy Ramblings. Like, she's pretty consistent. She's always got like 200 or 400. Like, she's got quite a following, so she always has quite a lot of live streamers. But you take someone like, say, RDA. They were pretty popular, but maybe not so much now. 20 or 30. In one of their related streams or whatever. They're not sort of kind of doing sort of stuff they were doing before. It's kind of changed now, I noticed. But but then you'll take like Republican Ash. I mean, she's pretty popular. I noticed like she gets some great numbers, and she doesn't even leave her videos up. And
well, I can tell you, when it's really going down in drama, you can see up to around 1,000 or more in watching it live. Yeah.
Actually, there was some live that went over 1,000 like live viewers, and it was just simply a fucking drama dragging type live.
Right, but some of them are so funny.
Yeah. And you know what I find funny is the different people's accents. For me, it's funny. I sit here and all these different American state accents get on there, like, yeah, she called me this. She the bitch. She the whole scam.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
And it's sort of like, it's funny to listen to, but you go like, oh, I'm not even saying hello. Like, just forget it. Like, no way. Because you see some people that I see some people around, and I like those people, but I don't want to be tagged in that stuff.
Right. Well, and even Australians have different accents, like when like Wendy V or
oh my God, they swear like sailors.
Well, just even the accent is you and Claire to me have a similar accent, but it's different from like Wendy V or
See, Claire Bear sounds absolutely normal to me. Like when I talk to her, I've listened to her on Yumta's lives. She's absolutely sounds normal to me. But when I listen to Wendy V, it sounds different to me.
Right.
I don't know if she's got any other mix in there or not, but it sounds weird to me. I mean, obviously New Zealander sounds completely different to all of us. Like you can tell the Kiwi type of accent. But Wendy V. But I can't get over like the swearing. Like, I was listening to something last night and I was laughing because it was fucking midnight. And anyway, Blue Topaz was explaining something, right? And Wendy V jumped in and starts waffling on about something. And Blue Topaz says, "Excuse me, can I fucking finish, please?" Like, it was so funny. They were like going off at each other. So funny.
Yeah, okay, I like Wendy V too. They're funny on their Friday morning drunken streams. They're good. They're funny. Crumb Nation.
Yeah, they have a bit of they have a few wines, I believe. A couple of wines before they They stream. Oh,
Well,
I'm not sure if
I
Blue.
think
Oh,
Wendy's
when I think.
beer.
Oh, it's Wendy's beer, is it?
Uh
Okay.
huh.
Okay. And you told me that the Kiwi and Blue Topaz, they're actually dating in real life. Those guys, all right?
Right. Yep. They sure are. I think about 5 months. And Cass, it's she says, I think it's funny when you chat with someone for a couple of months and then they go on panel. It's a surprise because you didn't read their comments with an accent. I agree with that too. And once you do know their voice, when you read their comments, you tend to hear that voice in your head too.
Well, everyone's so different to me. Like, I mean, I haven't heard Cass. I don't think Cass has ever talked, but like, yeah, you read their comments and like I can pick up people. I have a sense of picking up people's sense of humor. And there's a few people that I really love their sense of humor, and I think you agree with me. One of them is Becky Boo.
Yes.
Her sense of humor is fucking wicked as fuck. I really love her comments.
She's great in a chat for sure.
And apparently she has spoken in her voice chat before, but I've never heard her. I would love to talk to Becky Boo. I've actually been trying to find her. I've actually been trying to find her, Boo. She hasn't been in the Discord, and I even sent a I don't know, DM or whatever you call it, Discord DM or whatever, and I didn't get a reply back. But I've seen her in Sam Hill's live streams, but I haven't been able to. I don't know whether she left, whether she deleted Discord off her phone. No, I think she's been in Nary's. So I don't know. I've been trying to contact her because I just haven't heard from her for a while, and she used to reach out every now and then, say hi and stuff. And
yeah, she's pretty funny. But a lot of people, I think, have taken a back seat on some streams too. You know.
Oh, really?
Sometimes it gets a little wild.
Not my lives, though. My lives are pretty calm.
Yeah.
Unless you want to start dragging me, make it interesting. But
I'm not very good at it.
Can we get Robbie? Can we get Robbie and Nikki up here? And actually, I was slack and didn't plan the thing. I was gonna have like a little roast thingy going on.
Oh yeah, I would love to see them battle it out. That would be
I
good,
reckon
because they're funny and just like chats and comments and stuff. They're pretty funny.
Well, see,
I like it.
Robbie's pretty good. He throws some fucking zingers in there, but Nikki thinks about it and she can come back with some fucking some pearlers. So I don't know if Nikki is still around, because some people came in and they chatted and then I haven't seen them since.
I was gonna say, Wendy, Pack, if you're still in here, let me know. You know, we like to have you on.
Before we, that's right. Well, we're hitting, we got 20 minutes or so. So if Wendy wants to come up, actually, I wanted to talk to Wendy about. I listened to Howard Stern on what show was it? The would have been this past Monday, and she was hitting them up for money, and I think it was Wolfie did like rings up to find out how Wendy is and all that sort of stuff, and then Wendy was like, I'm busy. I'm trying to watch a movie. I wanted to talk to Wendy, but I don't know if she's here anymore. See, people tend to come in and say hi, and then they drop out, and they just like, oh, I've said my hello. Now I can go, and then you don't hear them. You don't hear from them again. Well, Andy did that to me last fortnight, right? He came in like 5 minutes before the live started. He said, when is this going to start? And I said, pretty soon, 5 minutes or something. Oh, hurry up. I went, okay. And then I never heard from him again.
How's Jeff doing?
Jeff has disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
We can't find him.
I hope he's okay.
Well, I don't know. Like some relationships, Doodle, are only at a level of online. Either a Discord relationship, just being like a you now, Twitter. That's the only connections I have with him, and I don't have a number I can call. Like if he had a WhatsApp number, like a contact, I could call him on WhatsApp or something like that and check up on him. But we don't know. But see, Jeff, he's got some memory issues, and he could just go to his mum's house for a month and not tell anyone, and then we're all worried about him. I mean, he said he has some internet problems.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, the guy could have had a freaking heart attack. I mean, he's got some health issues, so we don't know.
Right. That's always kind of a concern too, is when when somebody actually just kind of drops out and you're like, hey, I haven't seen them for a while. I hope that
Well,
they're okay.
I'll tell you a story that is real life, and it relates to this online. Wondering about someone, what's happened to them. Um, when I was in Sydney, how I used to always go to the strip joint that I was telling you about. It's the only strip joint in the southwestern suburbs of Sydney, and it was also like a gambling den as well. We were probably there more for the gambling, but whenever it had a win on the pokies, we would go and give some of it to the girls. And so I met a guy down there. He's an older guy. I can't remember the nationality he was. He's no, I don't think he was Turkish. Oh, Lebanese. Sorry, he was Lebanese. And he's an old man. He had a really old, like, old type of voice. And I used to see him there, and we became friends. Just over time, we became friends because he was a regular there. And, he used to run a service station, and I used to go down and sit with him at the service station and just chat with him and stuff. And yeah, we just became friends. And anyway, when I was moving and I said my goodbyes, and he wasn't very happy, and that I was leaving and all that sort of stuff. And I kept in touch with him. And then every time I went to Sydney, every 6 months I went to Sydney. When I first left Sydney, I went back every 6 months and visited people. Anyway, and then he would ring me occasionally. Dallin, when are you coming to Sydney? There's some new girls, blah, 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 blah. Well, okay. Anyway, I lost contact with him. And so I lost contact with him, and I didn't have any way of contacting. Like, just the phone wouldn't answer, but he would change numbers and stuff like that. Anyway, so I goes down to Sydney, right? And I thought, I'll just go there on the nights that I know he goes there, and I'll just catch up to him. So I went down to Sydney. I saw a few people. I saw my sister and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I go to the Sefton. It's called Sefton Playhouse. You can look it up. I go to Sefton Playhouse, and I look for him. Can't find him anywhere. Now, the environment had changed. The staff had changed. Even the clientele, like people that gambled, they weren't even like. I hardly recognized any of the people that I used to know. They'd changed everything. The place looked completely different than when I remembered each time I went there. And I started asking around, and no one knew who I was talking about. Yet this guy was there nearly every night. Like he was known. We tagged him as the pension man. Where's the pension man? Where's the pension man? That was his name. I didn't even know his real name. I didn't even know where he lived. Anyway, I left Sydney very despondent. I went there 3 nights running. I couldn't find him. I asked around, couldn't find him. Eventually, I went back. I had to go home. So I drove back to Sydney. I got hold of another guy that used to gamble there, but he got really sick and he had to move to Melbourne. He had to go for an operation and stuff. But I found his number written in. It was either in my phone, and his name was Louis. We called him Little Louis. So I called him, and I got hold of, and like I left a message. I said, I don't know if this is Little Louis. This is Darren. I used to be at Sefton all the time. I'm looking for pension man. Can you call me back if this is your number? Blah blah blah. He calls me back. He calls me back like in a day or something, and he said to me, he goes, pension man died. I went, what? He goes, wow. Yeah, he died like 3-4 months ago. He said he had a heart attack because he was a smoker and he was overweight and stuff. He goes, yeah, he had a massive heart attack. And he died. He goes, I'm really sick too. I don't even know how long I've got. And I said, oh no. I said, look, I'll come and visit you next time I'm down there. And guess what? Same thing happened. When I tried to call him back, his phone was disconnected. I think he died too.
Oh, wow.
Because he had massive stomach cancer or something like that. He'd had half his bloody bowel and stomach taken out or something. And yeah, he was gone too. And he never used to go to Sefton, so it was no point trying to find him. Just the fact that he disconnected his number pretty much told me that he was gone.
Well, I remember in the drama community, there was someone that they hadn't heard from in a while. This was maybe a year ago, maybe a little more than. And she was kind of missing. And someone knew like where she lived, and come to find out her son had killed her. And yeah, and that's that's was really shocking, you know. I mean, I didn't know this person. I had seen them before, but a lot of
But
the people that were in the community knew them, and it was pretty sad.
do you realize there's heaps of people that have been in lives, say when I first started going on YouTube, and they're gone. They're either reinvented themselves and haven't told you, or they quite simply just left.
Right.
Like, or they're gone. Some profiles just completely disappear. Even established profiles, not just like short-term alts or whatever. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's like it's evolving all the time, isn't it?
It is. It's a moving machine, you know.
Mm. So it's AJ. Are you home and like resting and stuff? Did you want to come up and say hi to us? We have around 15 minutes left to knock over our 2 hours.
Yeah,
But
if anybody wants to come up, just say
if
hello.
anybody wants to come up just for 5 minutes to say hi, we can somehow get the link to you through Hangouts or Discord. Or something. If you're in my
I'd
Discord,
like to see sometime of Cass's adventures on what she does.
Yeah, well, I know she goes to some kind of bike things. That's all I really know. I don't like to pry into too many things. Cass, I mean, actually, no.
Well, she's had it on a lot before.
If I was going to give somebody an award for being for being a successful, I'm not going to call her a fence sitter because I don't like that term. Because a lot of us have tried that and it hasn't worked. But Cass has managed to be able to pretty much go wherever she wants, and she doesn't get like spanked. I noticed like I've seen Cass can go into RDA and it's fine. Cass can go into Neries, or Cass can go into other streams, and and it's fine. Like, but some of us like just we get judged. Probably is the best word that I'm looking for. A lot of people get judged.
Yeah, and when I have been judged on here, I've always said, judge me on my behavior, not where I like to go and watch and see people in a chat. And I'm sure there's lots of places that people go that maybe that they're not as crazy about the creator, but they have some friends in that chat that they like to speak with.
I like a variety of entertainment, I guess. And some people get their nose out of joint when you go into other people's lives that they don't like, and then suddenly they see you in there, and it's not really fair,
right?
So yeah,
I think the best thing is just to try to stay true to yourself and navigate that as best you can. But peer pressure around here is really getting kind of real.
Yeah. I don't know. People. The wind's calmed down here now.
Link, but
you did? I was gonna say, yeah.
I didn't see her, but I sent her.
Holy dooly! Come on, quick! We're gonna get AJ up. She's naked in the bath.
RK, we won't kick you out of here. We like you.
That's okay. No, that's fine.
No, AJ, this is when Casper wants you to decide to do your live.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with a naked girl's body.
We'll do 18 plus.
18 plus, yeah. So did you send Wendy a link in
and I've sent a Discord message to her.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to put it in the chat. AJ, I bet you would get some subscribers like that. Clickbait. You could do the clickbait thing, like
put your PayPal up. Put your PayPal up, AJ. I'm paying for that shit. No worries. I want to see bubbles. And I would totally like, even if it's just nips, tips for nips. Let's call
tips for nips. That's hilarious.
Let's call your live tips for nips. I love it. The only person I've ever seen do a live in a bath was fucking Ben Ashworth, and he had his clothes on.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. That was hilarious. I think actually a lot of memes went around after he did that.
It's fucking funny. Oh my god.
Guess says we're not supposed to be naked and talking on YouTube. Oops.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure some of us have been, well, at least fairly semi-naked, maybe.
Kind of like where I've seen like where they talk about newscasters, they'll have their shirt and their jacket, suit tie, and everything on, but underneath they've got on like a pair of shorts or something.
Yeah. Well, I'd call you and you'd say, "I'm in bed, boo." And I go, "What are you wearing?" And they say, "Yeah, but that's different. That's not on a live. That's not on a live stream."
Well,
Yeah.
AJ, I'm looking forward to when you go live. That'll be another channel to go into, and hopefully, I'm sure you're going to keep it. Are you going to do that with crime? Is that going to be the focus on that one, or
That
is
would
it
be
going to
interesting.
be just AJ in real life? She has several channels. She's got her crime, and then she's got the AJ in real life, and then I believe she's got 3 right now, if I'm not mistaken.
She liked doing the videos in the car, I noticed.
And I think that's we get her on our break time.
Yeah, I thought she was stealing my Riding with Casper themes.
I'm just glad she's stayed COVID free so far that we know of. Whenever you work in the medical field, it's definitely something that they have to think about every day, and they see some of that every day.
Yeah.
For us, it's statistics and news alerts and things like that, but
Yes, well, losing, we don't want to lose anyone to fucking COVID.
okay, so AJ has AJ Edits, AJ Real Life, and AJ True Crime. Those are easy to remember if everybody wants to check those out.
Well, Nikki was going to come and say hi. These people were in the chat before, but I don't see them anymore. Although I am reading the wrong chat.
It's Friday night.
Oh, I'm a bit behind.
So it says AJ says her last test was negative. She just went back to work from quarantine for the 3rd time. Wow. And that's
Oh,
scary
wow.
too when you have a family at home. Because you have to like quarantine from them too.
Yeah. Hey, how's your folks doing anyway? All right.
Yeah. Yep.
That's good.
Yeah,
I
I
hear
like
you've
it.
been.
Probably when I'm watching most of the like uploads and things like that, it's crime. But we usually don't talk about crime on this channel. Yeah, I'm ready for 2020 to be gone and 2021 to come ahead. COVID's really taken its toll.
Yeah, in many ways. I just changed something.
CK's been going live quite a bit.
Who?
Critical K.
Oh, yeah, I catch some of Critical K's. She doesn't have people up, eh? She just does the live herself.
Yeah, there's some channels that I watch more regularly. Of course, I've got the crime channels that I'm in. Wicked Truth and F Bombs, which I adore them, and then 10 to Life. She's fairly new on the scene in terms of YouTube, but she's gotten up there in subscribers because she came from like TikTok, where she would do 60-second crime news, and so when she came over from those platforms, she brought a lot of subs with her.
Well, I've been I like watching those fuck, what do I always keep getting fucking those crime interrogations.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching a lot of those.
Yeah, there's some really good ones out there. There was that. Oh, I think her name was something Pan, but she like tried to kill her family, had her and her boyfriend. It was weird. There's a lot of good interrogations out there and how they break people down.
Yeah, and the methods they use, and I like the videos where they often stop and they'll say, the interrogator has decided to go down this route because of this and that. Like they'll actually explain what they're doing. They're like, mind manipulation type thing, or trying to coach them down a certain path, or trying to make them remember something maybe that they don't want to.
The good
They,
cop,
they
the
really,
bad cop.
yeah, they do the good cop, bad cop stuff, and yeah, I find some of that pretty interesting. I mean, I can't watch them for like too many hours because I drift off. But like, I love the ones at like an hour and a half. They really get into them, and yeah, it's very interesting. And there's some fucking nutcases out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, AJ, I like Annie too. I think she's really good at how she does her platform.
Yeah. Well, what we might experiment in doing, Boo, is we might do something every Saturday. My Saturday, your Friday night. We might try something every Saturday between, and we'll just change the hours, and we might do it every Saturday between now and Christmas, anyway. And we might, I mean, even if we make it shorter, like for instance, if you organize a ladies' night, like I think AJ would probably be interested, and I'm not sure.
Yeah,
If
AJ was on our first one, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Cass is just a chatter or whether she's ever spoken. But anyone like Marianne would be cool. Any of our girls would be cool. Would do it. If you organize something like that, you can do like a solid hour just on that if you wanted to. Like I can just be a producer for you.
Sure, a lot of the times when we've done ladies' night, they've went an hour and a half to 2 hours instead of just the hour mark, because you get on like a subject and it's hard to just say, okay, time's up.
Well, I usually do my chat for an hour, but I mean, I'm thinking like just mixing it up a little bit. You can just like come on, I can come on, say what we're doing, and then hand over to you, and then and that way when people know that we go live, they don't have to wait for an hour before it's ladies' night type thing. They can just come straight on.
Sure.
That would probably work better. So, and I can just, if you got stuff for me to show, I can have it all queued up for you to show and stuff like that. Like I did last time when you asked for something.
Yeah, I thought you did a great job.
Yeah, I love sitting in the background. I was pulling up the the puppet things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just had it queued up, and then I can just barge in and share screen and show you. Yeah, that's cool. I liked it. All right. Yeah. Okay, AJ. Well, Nikki likes to talk. Yeah, Nikki can talk.
I want to see Nikki come up and like her and Robbie drag each other. That's really like a goal that Casper and I both would like to see.
I wanted to do fake roast. I wanted to do fake roast. Well, it's all fake roasting anyway. Even real life roasting is most of it's done for charity. But I wanted to do like a roast thing, and I wanted to have like two people each week, just two people, maybe 10, 15 minutes, just roast the shit out of each other for fun. Yeah, I'll do it. I mean, if anyone wants to come and roast me, I'll be fucking in that shit. I love making fun of myself.
Yeah, Cass, I would love for you to come up. I would like sometimes, Michael, just instead of like a ladies' night, just have one person and them showcase what they do. Like with Cass, I mean, she's on the road a lot, and
yeah, she is.
It's interesting what she does, and being a female, I'm sure she's like a pioneer in that sport. So I think it would be good, and to showcase AJ, kind of like when we talked about with all of her editing and things like that.
Yeah,
because there's lots of women around here with talents, and sometimes you're afraid to share some of those things in chats and things like that for too many people to know. But
some people don't want to have their own channel. They don't like to I don't want to grow a channel, and it's going to take me ages to get 100 subscribers type thing, and they just don't want to do it on that channel. I mean, if you look at my channel, I've had my channel since 2007 or 2009. One of the two, I can't remember. I think it was 2007. I mean, I've had my channel that long, 14 years or something. And, I'm happy. Like, if anybody wants to come up and and use my channel and have some fun and make an interesting, fun live. Everyone, I welcome it. I mean, even if I'm sitting in the background producing, I don't mind.
Right. Well, and sometimes, like, you've gotten to go down and just to be in the chat. Normally, you're the panel.
That was
host, so
weird
it's harder
last
to do.
time. That was weird last time when you had a sore throat and everything, and I had to, and suddenly I had to get back to the old format where I was just talking, and then you were looking after chat for me. That felt weird. That felt weird. That felt really weird. So, but I mean, I like to think enough happens in your real life. It doesn't have to be spectacular content. Like, I don't know, showing you the creek bed might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I thought it was interesting to go down and have a look at the creek and talk about how, it used to flood and how we go swimming down there and stuff like that. And the dogs love it down there. They just, like, sometimes they'll just disappear for an hour and they go for their own walks.
Well,
But they
for
normally,
me, it was fun watching them just run around. And
yeah, they're sitting out in the sun now.
so RK said we could showcase them being lazy and sitting around eating sandwiches and watching TV.
Who? The girls?
No, RK.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind if anyone wants to come up and roast me for 15 minutes. So, like, do your research. Like, you can't really do it off the top of your head. If you just Google some really good roast jokes and, like, if people know anything about me, like, you can just make fun of me. I mean, I don't care. Oh, it's funny.
Oh, AJ, I love Yumpters. I love Tori. I love her lives. I love her scam baiting. I'm
gonna go up on panel one time to talk to her. Yeah.
You'll have to do it at the end when they all sing.
Oh God, I probably haven't ever been there at the end. But I mean, every time I've tuned in, usually, like, I've seen Claire up there a couple of times reading the part, the scam baiting part, and I don't know.
Those of you that don't know her, she does scam baiting, and so she shows her Google Hangout conversations with these scammers. They're like romance scammers from, like, Nigeria and different places. And so she gets enough information on them and turns them over to the authorities. And she also sees it as long as she's wasting their time, they're not doing it to somebody to be a victim.
I'm on the wrong computer, but I wanted to show you something really funny. Oh, damn it. Yeah, she did. She had a chat with one of them, and she was scrolling through and they're reading the parts and that. And then she scrolled down and he had sent her a picture of his dong, and she
mushroom.
And she quickly scrolled back up, right? So pretty much you only just saw the tip. So we were all making jokes about, like, trust me, it won't hurt. It's just a tip. And I went back and I actually, like, looked at the screenshot of the picture, and I thought it was hilarious. I was going to send it to you, just a personal
I think that
joke.
one was called the Soft James.
Yeah, and I saw it like it was just the top of his fucking penis.
Well,
so
and
funny.
it's just a picture that they get off of the internet,
Of course it is. It's so easy to get the picture. I mean, why would you? Yeah, exactly.
RK, she does do it in real time. That's now she does it where you can even interact. Like, we can decide what she wants to, what information to give him. Like, she's, I don't know, an antelope farmer or something like that. I mean, it gets really funny. You should check her out. It's called Yum Tours. She's
even got the, I think she was saying the other day where she's playing two different characters and she knows it's the same guy.
Right.
So she has to be careful. Like, when she's chatting with one, she obviously doesn't chat with the other. Like she's trying to make sure that she has, I guess, a separation because she's playing different characters.
Well, and that's good with the chat too, because they can remind her. Like Claire, I think, reminded her of something the other day. Like, it was religion. What religion they were. She said that she was Catholic, and then she said, Scientologists will use that. They have money, so he'll, like I say, it is scam baiting, so it's really good.
Do you want me to find the? Oh, I've got it. Yeah, I've got it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop her link in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link.
And it's a real chill chat. It's I like it.
Here. Hey, what happened to the robot? Where's Nightbot today?
I noticed that the Nightbot hasn't shown up all night. They had took the night off.
That's a bit rude.
It is rude.
Shit. I'm not even on my computer, so I don't even know if I can get in to it. Okay, so I dropped the link. That
AJ,
should
I
be.
knew you would like her. You do like busting scammers.
uh,
And she has a great sense of humor. She one of her last ones she did, she's uh in the Tasmania area, and she went along the beach, and boy, it was really beautiful.
yeah, were you there, or did you watch the replay?
I watched the replay.
Oh yeah, I was there. I was there live, and you probably saw my comments.
It was really pretty.
I'm gonna work out why this Nightbot's decided to abandon us. I'm logged in. Timers. Lots of timers there. Vin Vader, Nikki, Neri, Jeff Count, Hello Starlight, Casper, AJ's.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
have
know
to
why.
check and see, make sure AJ's has got the right names on her channels and add the other ones.
Oh yeah, it might be old.
Oh yeah, Cass said she was watching the James and Rose lives. Yeah, those are pretty good. Right now we've got Queen Noreen.
Wonder if Nightbot's not working because I'm in a different I'm in a different location. That shouldn't matter, right?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, it's weird. All right. Well, it doesn't look like Wendy's going to respond. We're not going to be able to give Wendy the last 10 minutes
No, we're
of
not.
of my live, which I normally dedicate to her. If she had anything that she wanted to say, or she likes to just say hello to us too, which I that's one thing with Wendy. Now we've touched on this before. Let Wendy like who she wants to like. If she wants to go and hang out with RDA, let her go and have fun. Let her go and have fun with Sam Hill. Let her go and have fun wherever she wants. I hate people that
Wendy's the
like
sweetest. She should have a pass to go
yeah.
wherever she wants.
Yeah, she should have a free pass, man. No one judges her. Okay, I think people might be getting a little bit funny about the constant request for money. Yeah, I got a funny feeling
She
sometimes.
still gets a pass for that for me too.
Yeah, but sometimes more more is less, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you keep drumming things in people's head, it doesn't really work too well. That's my opinion, but that's okay. I need to donate to Wendy soon too. I haven't done it for a little while, but we still. I don't know if we're
Yeah, and
still
I think
working
there
on.
was a
Are
sub
we
that
still?
donated a computer to her. I think it was DeRosa that.
Oh, that was so nice. You know, that should have been mentioned.
Yes.
That wasn't mentioned on Stern, right? I want to get in touch with this Wolfie bloke, and let him know that Wendy's in different YouTube communities, and there's a lovely fellow called Frank that donated a computer to her and stuff like that. I reckon that's worth a mention.
Yeah, I think that was a really very thoughtful, and he did
Because
that
she wanted
just
money.
out of kindness.
She was complaining about wanting money, boo. She was complaining about wanting money for a computer stand or something. And Howard didn't quite understand why she wanted a computer stand. And I thought to myself, oh, it's because of the computer that Frank brought her. Like she wants a computer stand. You got to know the whole story.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I thought that was very nice of Frank to do that.
So yeah, Wendy, if you watch this, we missed you.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap her up now. We've gone over our 2 hours, and
Thanks
I think
everyone
thanks
for
everyone
hanging
for
out.
coming in. I realize
Yep.
that it's probably not an ideal time, and people are
Stanley Cup.
busy. We normally have 20, constantly 20 something people in, but it's been very quiet tonight. But that's okay. People always tend to catch the replays. I usually get a couple of hundred replays. So,
We
but
were an
anyway,
hour
it's not
early.
about the views. It's not really about the views. It's about chatting. So
That's right.
you wish I went live more often. Well, maybe just for you, AJ, I'll get in the bath, but no, Boo won't let me. I'm sorry.
You get it for your birthday, AJ.
Oh, yeah, well, I've already done a birthday shout out. Might as well do a bath one too.
That's right.
All right, I'm going to, I'm in the wrong friggin' screen here. I'm going to
Thanks,
add this.
RK, for hanging out all night, and Cass, AJ.
I need to work on a different outro too, by the way, Boo, because there's things have changed and I keep playing this one. Like I need to change it. I need to do something. AJ, can you help me? I want an outro that has like, you know, the whole like and subscribe thing and the Casperish theme type thing. And I know
and yes, AJ can
maybe
hook us up with some edits.
yeah, maybe AJ can help me with something. But anyway, for now, this is it.
Yeah.
See you later, everybody. See you, Boo.
See ya. Good night.
This rap shit is mine, motherfuckers. Fucking game. Fuck what you heard. This is what you hearing. This is what you hearing. Listen. This is what you hearing. Listen. This is what you hearing. Listen. X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop, pop, stainless steel. Go hard, getting busy with it. And I got such a good heart that I make the motherfucker wonder if he did it. Damn right, and I do it again. Yeah, I am right, so I got to win. Break bread with the enemy. No matter how many cops I break bread with, I break who you sending me. You motherfuckers never wanted nothing but your life saved. Bitch, and that's on a light day. I'm getting down, down. Like a nigga said freeze, but won't be the one ending up on his knee, bitch, please. But the only thing you can't steal is came out to play. Stay out my way, motherfucker. We gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to you, we gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you, we gon' give it to you. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to you, we gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you, we gon' give it to you. Ain't never gave nothing to me. Every time I turn around, cats got their hands out, wanting something from it. I ain't got it, so you can't get it. Let's leave it at that, cause I ain't with it. Hit it with full strength. I'm a jail nigga, so I face the world like a girl in the bullpen. You against me against you. Whatever, whenever, nigga, fuck you gon' do. I'm a wolf in sheep clothing. Only nigga that you know, if you chill, come back and get the streets open. I've been doing this for 19 years. Niggas wanna fight me, fight these kids. I put in work and it's all for the kids. But these cats done forgot what work is. They don't know who we be looking, but they don't know who they see. Niggas, we gonna rock, then we gonna fall, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to you, we gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you, we gon' give it to you. First we gonna rock, then we gonna fall, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to you, we gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you, we gon' give it to you. Hey yo, where my niggas at? I know I got them down in the green. Give them love and they give it back. Talk too much for too long. Don't give up, you're too strong. Love to the wild, wild hunters. Yeah. Shout out to niggas that done it. And it ain't even about the dough. It's about getting down for what you stand for, yo. For real. We gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. Come on. X gon' give it to you, we gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you, we gon' give it to you. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. Come on. X gon' give it to you, we gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you, we gon' give it to you. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll.